Super excited to be sharing with you my brand new 11K challenge. So, a couple of people have been asking me, is using your strategy, how would you grow an 11K account, but with the caveat of trying to grow it as fast as you can. Now, I don't advise trying to get exceptional growth inside an account, and that's why I've got this massive viewer discretion is advised. So, I'll be doing this challenge with my 11 grand, and I'll be doing it on margin, and I'm going to make some very, very aggressive plays. Now, this will not only show you guys on how to potentially grow an account very, very quickly, but at the same time, it's going to test my skills in terms of selling options in when we can get into trouble. And I'm already in trouble on the first trade, which I'll walk you guys through inside a second. But again, there'll be a full playlist, depending on when you're watching this, down below, of all of these. I'll try to do these weekly. I will screenshot all the trades and put them inside this deck and walk you guys through it, hopefully once a week. So again, if you like the sound of that, all I ask for is that you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss the next week's video. So, as I mentioned, we're going to 11K. So it's one of my IBKR accounts that I've got. It's around 11K inside it. I converted it to a margin account, and it's a buying power of around 2 to 1. So, like I said, is you can grow an account quite aggressively with a cash 11K account, but I'm going to try some new things um, with some puts on margin where I don't necessarily have 11 grand, some naked calls, which is the first trade I've done. And so it'd be good to kind of show you guys the various stuff and how I kind of manage these trades. Because worst case scenario, I have to close these trades out, right? Because I'm not putting any more money in to go buy these kind of trades. Um, the goal is $100 a week, so it's just a little under 1%. Um, I've just kind of put that on there. I think that's a very aggressive target, as you can probably imagine that would be. But this is what I'm trying to do. So I'm not trying to go for the 50% returns and things you see on Wall Street bets. I'm still trying to do it in a risk appropriate way, but using leverage to kind of propel my returns. So in terms of account strategy, you guys know me well enough by now that I love to sell options, and I I'm saying this now. It might change in the future. I'm only going to be selling puts and calls. I will not be doing spreads, right? I just think the volatility of the market doing spreads, I think can get us in a lot of trouble. But because I'm on margin, I'm more comfortable not doing spreads because I have the buying power to be able to get more than one contract of certain stocks to propel my returns. So that might change in the future, but I will just be selling puts and selling calls. I will not be doing spreads in this particular challenge. And the plan is any premium that I make, I'm going to reinvest those into other stocks. And I'd love to get your guys' view on these. Generally, I'll be doing value investing stocks and various other things. But the point of this account is to keep churning that premium across every single week. So if I'm doing 100 a week, I need to get 100 shares potentially of a stock. Then the stock can't be that expensive. I'm looking at like $500 to $1,000 worth of 100 shares of a stock, right? So, and again, we'll be using, option seller ROI to look at the highest premiums and all these other different things throughout this whole challenge. But just to reset the scene, I'll be selling puts, selling calls. Majority of the time will probably be naked. And then reinvesting those into stock. So again, it's not how I normally trade, and I don't. My main account is a margin account, but I use it completely differently to what I'm doing with you guys. So again, I just think you guys will enjoy this and learn a lot, especially when I get into trouble, right? And that's not that I want to get into trouble, but it's trying to show you guys, to educate you guys on what to do, because I'm sure you guys have been in this scenario before. So week one. So my first trade, and I've only done one trade, and again, it's July 4th week, so the market was only open for 4 days. So I think it was on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I can't really remember. I think it was Tuesday. I sold the July 8th, so expiring this Friday, and depending on when this video goes out, um, and I made $54 credit, right? Again, it's not the $100, but I thought, okay, let me just start with something this week because I was actually going to start next week when I had a 5 day week, but I've decided to start this week. So you can see that, sorry, Meta, um, uh, to sell a call on Meta, you need at the 175 strike, you need 17.5K. I don't have 17.5K, so we've done this on margin, and the margin impact when I placed the trade was around 4.3K. So you can see that in terms of the ROI of the margin that I actually put up, it's around a 1.2% return, which is for one trade at the point of when I made it, I thought was fairly safe. But what you guys will see on where we are currently now is we're getting closer to that 175 mark. So again, so I just made $54 on 4.3K. So if we have a look as a summary, we made the $54, and what you'll see here is just a screenshot. I think it was of yesterday. That $54 is now worth $81, which is not great, right? Because if you look at TradingView that I've got open now, you can see Meta is trading pre-market on Friday at 172. I could have rolled this yesterday, but I wanted to see what's happening. And looking at the pre-market, Meta is slightly up as well. So I need to roll this option today, right? Because unless Meta is down by 3-4% today, then I can kind of let this 81 cents decay a little bit. So then when I roll it, I'll make more money for the roll. And if you guys are brand new to rolling or don't understand what I mean by rolling an option, make sure you subscribe and watch next week's video because I'll screenshot the actual roll that I've done as well so you guys can see that. So like I said, I made $54. I'm not concerned about this trade. I can roll this trade. There's no issues with this. And this is the whole what I love about options and my skill set in options is I'm not panicked by this trade unless I'm assigned the shares, which very unlikely I'll be assigned the shares. And then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I think IBK will just automatically sell the position. I think that's what it will do for me on my behalf at market. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So in terms of the $54, like I said in the previous section, I want your view on what stocks should I be buying. We'll look at option seller ROI in next week's video to show you guys what's actually been going on. But do we want to look at, because Palantir, ChargePoint, they are around the $13-14 type stock, so you don't need that much capital to be able to do that. And then you've got larger ones like that have bigger premiums, AMD, Nvidia, Shopify, all these different things. So this is what I'm thinking about. I think I need to choose one and go aggressive into it and just keep buying until I get to 100 shares so I can start selling covered calls against those to keep generating money. So, and what I'll probably also do is, because I think my margin at the moment, for hitting a margin call is 6K. So I'll roll this one depending on what my margin impact is of the roll, and then I might look at a cheaper stock to go do another covered call or cash secured put, whatever I decide to do. And I think I need to do a couple of trades because I need to do 2 trades minimum to really be hitting that $100 a month. So this first week was a bit of a testing week. I thought I was quite comfortable. I think Meta was what was Tuesday? What day was Tuesday? I think Meta was. I think Meta was up. Yeah, I think Meta was around 167, 168, right? So that's why I thought I was quite comfortable. But as you can see now, I could just buy this back at a loss. It ain't the end of the world. But I will roll this for a net credit, assuming that Meta doesn't get away from me and jumps up by 10% on market open or something along those lines. So, like I said, quite comfortable with this. Make sure you like, subscribe. Depending on when you're watching this, there'll be a playlist there and some other stock option stuff on there. So make sure you check all that, and I should see you guys in the next video.